all to play for.
Oh, he's bowled in.
Beautiful.
And there it is.
An innings of authority.
Wow, what about this?
Does he get enough? You bet he does. West Indies strikes again.
After day one's bowling dominance, it was the batters who kept India's flag flying high in Dominica yesterday with their new opening partnership flourishing. 21-year-old Yashasvi Jaiswal made his first test innings, one to cherish.
There it is. A dream debut in Dominica for a young man who dared to dream.
A century.
Maiden test 100 for Yashasvi Jaiswal.
At the other end, the veteran Rohit Sharma produced grit and determination along with his typical flair to fashion his 10th Test 100 as the pair added a record 229. Leaving the West Indies frustrated and facing an uphill task to salvage something from this opening test. A rocky ride for the West Indies yesterday, but great to be in Dominica once again with its forest-clad mountains and its many rivers as we get ready for the start of day 3 of this first Cycle Pure Agarbathi's test, powered by Yes Bank. West Indies versus India.
Sorry, Joseph, of course, will have to wait for 28 minutes or so to elapse before he can bowl. He left the field yesterday. He'll have to spend that time out on the outfield before he can bowl. That's beautiful. Just a firm push down the ground and he will get 4. A confidence booster early on day 3 for Jaiswal.
Yeah, shot of class. Not the easiest shot to play. That on drive and good timing. Very slow outfield. So the timing has to be exquisite to get rewards.
.150 comes up for the young man. Another landmark in and amongst the many he's achieved in this test match.
150 for Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Making a real statement for himself and, of course, realizing his great talent as a batter.
Yeah, joyous Jaiswal. Another accomplishment, another accolade.
Oh! More so in test match
Only
cricket.
you, Dad.
When you have conditions
Only
that
you,
are
Dad.
wearing.
Take one. Only you, Dad. I know that. Only you.
Thing of beauty. Looking at Jermaine Blackwood Chesu after deliveries in the outfield.
Very straight, War. Very straight.
He's so rapid.
Catch it, Craig. Oh, Craig. Man.
Dropped him. Field was set. Chance provided. Was a difficult one though. The captain himself, Craig Brathwaite, had to dive to his right, but just couldn't hold on.
Almost exactly what they wanted. Should have been taken.
Fine enough to beat the wicketkeeper. Virat Kohli will pick up another boundary, only his second, and he gets closer to that half century.
81 deliveries for his first boundary. The longest he's spent in Test match cricket to register his first, and another long time before he got his second.
Chance. Doesn't hit the target. Tejaran Chandapal, the fielder this time. And it comes to the end of the over. 3:36 for 2.
In the air for a while, but it'll go for 4. Brings up the 100 of the partnership between Kohli and Jaiswal.
Just a bit of width on offer for Jaiswal.
Jaiswal in a different mode. And straight down the ground for 6.
Worry through that one right up. No. You see the man chipping and still through.
Very good use of the feet. Look at that. Got to the pitch of the delivery and hit it straight. That was a good shot. It was a good blow.
There's a big appeal. Kettleborough says no. And the West Indies are without reviews.
How close was that?
Go ahead. Can go ahead.
Umpire Kettleborough just indicated he was sliding down.
Hit Tish.
Bit of hesitation. A direct hit. And they're going for an extra run.
Well, this time, Michael Goff at square leg will go upstairs. This is the moment the West Indies need it.
We have an umpire's review for run out. Your best side on,
Ladies
please.
and gentlemen, we have an umpire.
Thank you, bat is grounded. I have a decision for the big screen.
Well, safely home. Virat Kohli is quick.
only for that ball.
There's a noise. And there is the wicket. It finally comes to an end. But what a wonderful innings it's been from Yashasvi Jaiswal.
India have lost their third wicket.
Alzari Joseph strikes for the West Indies.
Finally got the breakthrough. A thin outside edge, straight to Joshua De Silva. Celebration for Alzari Joseph and the West Indies team. They needed that wicket, but what a fantastic knock that was. Jaiswal finally going for a 171. West Indies 350 for 3.
And as Jaiswal walks back to what will be a standing ovation and a warm reception from his team, it promises to be the first of many, many such innings. Well played, young man.
Yeah!
Now, is that out?
Who's that?
Oh.
Spin about.
Well, I thought for a second the umpires might have a word with each other, but Richard Kettleborough turned it down straight away. Kohli has a smile. We'll find out in a moment why.
That's the end of the over.
352 for 3.
India 352 for 3, 127 overs completed.
Very interesting. Was it for LBW or was it for court?
Najika Rahane, who's just joined him, not out on one.
You can clearly see the bat hitting the surface. Flat line as the ball goes past the outside edge.
Easily done. Just gone through the top of the surface, a little puff of dust. And Rahane is gone.
First wicket for Kemar Roach in this test so far. Jubilation for him. Length delivery. Just popping up at Ajinkya Rahane. Easily held by Jermaine Blackwood at cover. Finally, some reward for Kemar Roach. India 356 for 4.
It will be a 29th Test half century for Virat Kohli, in addition
Ladies and gentlemen, that's 50.
to 2800s as well, and he won't be satisfied with this just being and relaxing on 50, given the drought that he's gone through prior to this year for the last 2 or 3 seasons in Test cricket.
Short and dispatched by Jadeja. And what a welcome that is. That will silence the crowd.
Well, he's a no-nonsense type player, Ravindra Jadeja. Very good with bat in hand. Can turn it on if he wants to in terms of that mode of attack. And he picks length very well on that occasion.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. Jadeja immediately signals for his helmet. That was vicious. Innocuous looking from Craig Brathwaite. Let's look at this response.
I think he did.
Wow.
Now I think we get back.
Just goes to show that as a spin bowler in this test match, you got to try and pick your spots on this pitch.
Yeah, that was a gift. Will travel all the way to the boundary.
No,
yes, it does.
Oh, man.
Virat Kohli is once again celebrating a very rare boundary. Just look at that celebration. Took him 81 deliveries to get his first. Another 40 or so for his second. 43 for his second, and then 36 for his third. A gentle full toss down the leg side. It's been a difficult day for scoring. Short again, pulled away again, boundary again for Jadeja. Loose from Athanas.
Length just too short. We've spoken a lot about the slowness of this surface.
Excellent from Virat Kohli. Signature straight drive and gets the boundary.
Yeah, really good to look at. Gets himself into really good positions when he's playing the extra cover drive. It was an over-pitch delivery from Raymond Reefer. The angle, of course, allowing Kohli to better access the ball through that offside. End of over number 142, 400 for 4.
And it's also the lunch and interval. India have lost the 2 wickets in this period. Virat Kohli has remained unscathed, 29 overs, 88 runs scored. And what an effort once again by India and their batters. Jadeja and Virat Kohli, this partnership, 44 from 77 deliveries. Not much success for the West Indies. They'd be, I suppose, in many ways happy that they've gotten 2 wickets. Alzarri Joseph picked up the wicket off the debutant Jaiswal. But once again, it's been all India. What a knock it has been from that man on screen, young Jaiswal. The first Indian to score a century on debut in the West Indies. So many records he's been a part of. Confirmation of his effort at the top. 171, third highest score for India on debut. Captain Sharma himself got a century. Shubman Gill missed out, and so did Ajinkya Rahane. But Virat Kohli unbeaten on 72 and Jadeja on 21. Confirmation of that partnership, the highest against the West Indies, the highest for any wicket at this venue in Windsor Park. And Kohli and Jaiswal putting on 110 themselves. Bowlers for the West Indies, 9 of them used. Roach picked up 1, Joseph 1, Warrican 1, and Athanas himself on debut, his first test wicket. Well, lunch on day 3. This is where we are at. West Indies shut out for 150. India for 400 for 4. An overall lead of 250.
Dropped it. Dropped it. It is a typical way to bowl to Virat Kohli. Dropped on 40 by Brathwaite and dropped on 72 by Da Silva. Would it have carried to slip though?
went for the drive with Coley. Probably would have gone straight to Joaquim Cornwall at first slip. George De Silva went full stretch to his right. Got his glove to it, but just couldn't hold on. And despair for Kemar Roach. Yes, he's not a happy man.
Oh, brilliant. Outstanding. The first time in this game that Cornwall has bowled to Coley. His return since the first session yesterday. And that is a phenomenally sharp catch again by that young man.
The bounce and the turn. And that certainly was a good catch. Certainly was a good catch. And exactly what we said, Bish, earlier, that Cornwall could be a handful. And it's a pity they didn't have him this morning. And Virat Kohli's long innings has come to an end. He's gone for 76. India 405 for 5.
Kemar Roach continues to ask questions, continues to come close. Off the mark in Test cricket is Ishan Kishan. And that's all the test runs he'll get for now. He enjoys a chuckle and sprints back to swap pads and gloves. India have declared 421 for 5. A lead of 271.
Firmly driven. And this will run away to the boundary. Exceptional stroke from young Chandra Paul. Good control. 7 without loss. Huge out. Wonder where it's pitched he's given him. And they'll have a discussion, I'm sure. He's reviewed it immediately.
TV Umpire Director, players review for LBW. Original decision out. I've checked the front foot, it's a fair delivery. Can we start with spin vision, please? Can I see ultra edge, please? Roll through, roll through, roll through. Gap between bat and ball into the pad. Thank you. Ball tracking when ready. It's pitched in line, impact in line, and umpire's call on the stumps, so you can stay with your decision. I'll tell you when to signal. You can signal
Umpire's
now.
call. Decision is out, remains out. And that's the first wicket to fall for the West Indies. Tejaran Chandrapal goes for 7. The West Indies 8 for 1.
Aggression and well received with a roar at Windsor Park. Raymond Reefer has 4. Finishes the 13th, 19 for 1.
Oh, superb. Absolutely superb. I was wondering why Ashwin took that long to go round the wicket at Craig Brathwaite to open up the outside and the inside of the bat. Just the angle, it hasn't really ripped, and it's just indecisiveness as well from Brathwaite. Will it come back in? Will it angle across? Champion bowler strikes again. 7 to Brathwaite, 22 for 2.
Bag of tricks are Ashwin, but Reefer and Blackwood have survived. It's about survival now for the West Indies as it's tea on day 3. (27 for 2), trailing by 244. India are very pleased. They have every reason to be. 3 wickets in that session, both the West Indies openers included, once again falling to the spin. We're a bit surprised by Rohit Sharma's declaration, but they continue to dictate the course of this game. A couple of 7s at the top of the order for Brathwaite and Chandrapal. Took just 4 overs for spin to be introduced, and it has the West Indies reduced to 27 for 2 at tea time on day 3. Ashwin getting Brathwaite yet again. Tejnarine Chandrapal adjudged LBW to Ravindra Jadeja. India declared at 421 for 5. West Indies in response have already lost both openers. Still plenty of time in this first cycle pure Agarbathi test.
Yeah!
That's a nice shot. Good positive intent from Raymond Reefer. 32 for 2.
Exactly what West Indian batters will have to do. No sense in just hanging around.
Yes, rebuked straight away. Ray Rasmus.
TV Umpire Director, players review for LBW. Original decision is out. I've checked the front foot and it's a fair delivery. Can we start with spin vision, please? Okay, I'll need Ultra Edge to confirm bat or no bat. Okay. Gap between bat and ball. Ball tracking when ready, please. Pitching out outside off, impact in line, and it's hitting the stumps. So you can stay with your out decision.
Staying with his out decision. Jermaine Blackwood has to go for just 5 runs. West Indies in further trouble. 32 for 3.
That finger's gone up quickly. Very, very quickly. Reefer will discuss it. And he reviews it. Murray Rasmus earning his salary.
The original decision is out.
TV Umpire to Director, players review for LBW, original decision out. Check the front foot, fair delivery. Spin vision, please. Can I check Ultra Edge to check any bat? Gap between bat and ball, into the pad. No bat involved. Ball tracking when ready, please. Pitching in line, impact is in line, and it's hitting the stumps. You can stay with your out, Michael. I'll tell you when you're on screen.
Another review loss by West Indies. Raymond Reefer fields once more for West Indies. Just makes 11. 32 for 4.
Good from Silva. And a boundary to the delight of the crowd in the Grayson Shillingford and Irving Shillingford stand.
And that's completely fine. No problem with him going back there. That one pitching way outside leg and a bit shorter. Also seemed to be a bit slower. So he had time to go back and turn that one behind square.
Dropped it. Yashasvi Jaiswal. It went quickly.
Those are always so difficult to hold at short leg. Just off the inside edge onto the pad. 1, 2, 3, 4 juggles.
In the first innings, he tried to execute a similar shot to Ashwin. Miscued it. It was the right thought. This time, no such issues. Welcome boundary.
It's really good footwork from Atanaz. Gets back in the crease quite deep and very quickly. And he's able to get his hands through that one. And he hits it well in front of square.
There's that sweep. That's one of the things I like about Afanaz. Mentioned it earlier. One of the few West Indian batters in this dispensation that sweeps. At times it can lead to his downfall, but hopefully he perfects it.
One of the easier ones to sweep, pitching outside leg. He's able to just roll the wrist and help it behind square.
There is that shot, there is that delivery, and there is the wicket for India. Plan working, and another one falls for the West Indies. It just might be a review, maybe a consideration of it, but Joshua De Silva doesn't take the review, he trudges off.
That only strengthens my point, DG Ganga. Bowler be straighter. De Silva likes to play from the crease, and with some deliveries keeping low. If you miss, he'll be in trouble, and he did on that occasion. And he knew straight away that he's in trouble. Thought about the review, but then decided against it.
Wicket number 5 for India. That of Joshua De Silva, gone for 13. West Indies in dire straits, 58 for 5. Cut away. Looks so comfortable at this level, Alec Atanaz.
That was a gift. Certainly was a gift. A little bit on the short side and was wide. Presented the debutant, Alec Atanaz. And he played that very, very well.
Pulled away, in the gap. A commanding stroke from young Atanaz.
I do like his attitude. Doesn't look like he's on debut. Short delivery. Got into good position. Rolled the wrist over to keep it down. And with no one on the deep back or square boundary.
And he's looking to score. Anything that's been presented, he's capitalized on. Another boundary for him. So he's not just biding his time out in the middle. He's looking to be positive and aggressive when presented with an opportunity to do so. Taken. Yashasvi Jaiswal, one debutant to the next. First catch in Test cricket for Jaiswal, but not the first wicket for Ashwin. He just continues to take them. And silence here in Dominica.
It's a good reprieve for Jaiswal because he put down Afanese off a very similar inside edge earlier. He was only on one. It's a good catch staying low. A masterful display of bowling. Afanese though showed promise once again. 78 for 6.
Yeah, takes him on, gets enough of it, will clear both fielders, mid-off and mid-on. And goes all the way for 6.
Won't be too perturbed, Ashwin, by that. You could see the puff there, so 6 right now doesn't hurt India, but can he do it again?
This time he makes really good connection. That's a clean strike from Jason Holder. 99 for 6.
Alzari Joseph, fielder under it, takes it. The plan was set, the trap was laid, and Joseph took the bait.
Ladies and gentlemen, the West Indies have lost.
Ashwin has his
7th wicket.
4th, and the West Indies lose their 7th.
Trying to take on that fielder posted on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Alzari Joseph, he got more height than distance. And that turned out to be an easy catch for Ashwin on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Alzari Joseph has got to go. He's gone for 13. West Indies in more trouble. 100 for 7.
He gave that everything, Cornwall. Didn't get all of it, but got enough.
Pitched a bit on the leg stump, so the shot was on.
Yeah, boy.
There is the 10-wicket haul. For the 8th time in Test cricket, R. Ashwin has 10.
Ladies and gentlemen,
5-star return to the playing 11 for India's lead spinner. And the West Indies lose their 8th.
Look at the turn, inside edge onto the pads, and an easy catch at short leg. And Ashwin picked up his second 5 in the match. 10 so far. Cornwall is gone for 4. West Indies in dire straits. 108 for 8.
There's 6. They are falling quickly now, the West Indians. They are no match for the mastery of R. Ashwin.
ladies and gentlemen,
As he
the West Indies have
continues
lost their 9th
to
wicket.
wreak havoc with his West Indies batting lineup. A little flatter, look at the turn. Went through the gates of Kemar Roach. And he continues to be impressive, Ashwin. That's his 6th wicket in this second innings. 11 for the match so far. Kemar Roach is gone for naught. West Indies is just about over and done and dust with. 108 for 9.
6 for 57.
Up and over. Clears mid-off. And gets 4. Well, Jamel Warrican isn't going to sign off without a bang. And he's pulling out an entire range of shots, is Jamel Warrican. The reverse to our Ashwin.
Brought the crowd to life, Jamel Warrican. He's enjoying himself, isn't he? And look at that, the reverse sweep is out. He's raced to 18. 9 balls faced. He's having a wonderful time.
Well, it's given. Might have to wait for the review here.
TV umpire to director. We have a players review for LBW. Original decision out. I've checked the front foot. It's a fair delivery. Can we start with spin vision, please? I need ultra edge to check if there's any glove or bat. Roll through, roll through, roll through. Flat line. When he goes past the gloves. Ball tracking when ready, please. Pitched in line. Impact is in line. And it's hitting the stumps. So you can stay with your out, Richard.
Ashwin has 7. Ashwin has his best figures overseas in Test cricket.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And India's domination in Dominica is complete.
it also brings us to the end of the match.
The West Indies folding for 130 inside 51 overs within 3 days. India pick up their first points of a new World Test Championship final. Well, nothing much went Craig Brathwaite's way after he won the toss on day 1. Inside 64.5 overs, the West Indies bowled out for 150. Debutant Alec Athanas top scoring with 47. Soon as spin was introduced in the form of R. Ashwin, who accounted for both openers. West Indies really did struggle. Dismissed in 2.5 sessions. Ashwin the standout upon his return to India's playing 11. This was a 33rd 5-wicket haul in the first innings. Jadeja did his job with 3. Well, this is what happened a little while back. Declaration that Rohit Sharma brought about halfway through the 3rd day with a top score of 28. Once again, Alec Athanas doesn't tell a pretty tale if you're a West Indian fan. Bowled out in 50.3 overs for 130. Well, these two have come together. Senior statesman and a shining star. Been responsible primarily for this comprehensive win. 7 for Ashwin to back up the 5 in the first innings. His best figures away from home. First cycle pure Agarbathi test powered by Yes Bank at Windsor Park in Dominica. It's been all about India. The West Indies, 150. India responding with 100 that Yashasvi Jaiswal and all his fans, of which there will be many, will remember for a long time. This is where his journey began. And our Ashwin, his hunger for wickets just keeps on increasing. India win by an innings and 141 runs. They go 1-0 up in the 2-match series.